everyone, welcome back to my channel DigiPrints, where I help take your personal and professional skills to the next level. Welcome to another video in the Insider series where I share my personal journey and a couple of my learnings as well. This also serves as a reservoir of memories for me so that when I move into the future, I can look back at all of these things and just reminiscence all of these memories. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my internship journey and how I had almost lost hope, but there was light at the end of the tunnel. So I just want to share a couple of learnings from this whole story as such and be able to inspire you to not lose hope at any circumstance in your life. So let's roll back to the second year of my college. We had to do a mandatory internship after our second semester, and a lot of us in our classroom were reaching out to your parents, colleagues, their friends who had like an established company where you could get a referral and ask them to give you an internship opportunity. There were very few companies coming in for internship placements as such. So there were not a lot of opportunities through the placement route. So we had to really depend on our connects, reach out to people and then get an opportunity. So I didn't get any of those because I'm such a closed-knit person and I knew only like 4 or 5 people, and none of them knew anyone in any kind of a firm where they could give me an internship opportunity. I remember I reached out to my friend and asked her if she can check with her father if I could do an internship in their company, and then I reached out to several others as well, but nothing happened. And for almost like 3-4 months I kept trying, and I was devastated. Like so many of them in my classroom had somehow managed to find out an internship opportunity at different organizations, but I didn't. And then we had our third or fourth semester examinations going on, which is like the end right before your summer break, and still nothing, no sign of any internship opportunity for me. But it's mandatory, you get scored on that, and I was really worried and afraid and almost lost hope because being in second year back then, actually there were not so many internship opportunities that I might say, and especially in the field that I was in, there weren't a lot to the best of my knowledge, or I didn't reach out to the right connect. And then during the end of the summer break, our professors reached out and said, can you give us a list of people who've not still found an internship opportunity? We all signed up and added our resume on the Excel sheet, etc., and sent it across to the professor. He then passed it on to an organization that was looking for a HR intern. Then we all applied, and including me and several other of my friends and my classmates, they did get a phone screen call and they asked a couple of questions, etc. And then again there I had no hope that I'll get in, because that was, I think, literally my first ever actual internship experience, and I hadn't prepared really well to the best of my knowledge. I don't remember. It was just a couple of very high level questions, like situation based questions that were asked, and I answered them. And my friend also told me that she did really well and signs look positive, and they were looking only for one HR intern, let me say, and we were so many of us who had applied. I was very pessimistic back then, and there is still some bit of that in me right now, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to get this, and I just left it. And on the last day of my examination, several of my friends asked me, where are you going for internship this summer? And I didn't have an answer because no, I didn't find any internship yet. And then I was just quiet. And then while going back home on exactly the last day of my summer break, right before we left for summer break, I got a call from the organization that I had interviewed with, and she said I got it. And I was shocked, how I had undermined myself so much that I never thought I could get in. But then I was extremely happy because the organization was so well renowned. I was just extremely happy that I managed to get an internship opportunity with that organization, and it was in the field of HR, of course, and that's something that I really wanted to do in my third year as well and take it up as my specialization. So it was the perfect path to get into that field, and I was really excited. I remember the first day of my internship, my dad dropped me in his scooter directly so far, and he was there till I got into the gate and met a couple of other people inside the organization, and we waved bye. And then it was such an exciting feeling, my dad dropping me to my first ever internship experience. I was so excited. I think that's one among my most memorable experiences or memories that I've had in my mind. So that was really nice. And from the second day onwards, I remember that I moved, I think, 3 buses every single day to get to my organization. But in spite of all of that, I think that long bus journey was so exciting. I would listen to music and watch out of the window. Those are, I think, the small little things that I missed in this lockdown. It was such a good experience. And then, twist and turn, moving into the summer break, I started with my internship journey. There was a great orientation. I met so many of other people who were joining on that day as full-timers at that organization, and made really good friends, and then met my team, and then did a lot of work. I definitely learned a lot there about the organization, about the type of work people do, and I learned a lot about myself actually, the kind of person I was, how I was reactive to certain types of things, what is my forte, what do I do really well. So I got to learn a lot of those things hands-on in that experience. I worked there for, I think, about 6 weeks, and definitely have made really strong friendships from that particular organization that are still intact even till date. So I'm very happy about that. After 6 weeks, I did not get converted, of course, I have no clue what reason. I never asked, and I think I did ask, and they said like they wanted someone who did have an MBA, and at that point in time I did not do my master's. So that was something that I discussed with one of my mentors there. So I was just like, okay, makes sense, because everyone around there did have an MBA, I guess. Yeah, they did have an MBA. So I'm like, okay, understood. And then I did not get a replacement offer there. So I left. To just wrap this whole story up, like from left, right, center, whatever I said, and just bringing everything together. This is what I learned from this whole story and journey and experience / anything that you can say, is to not lose hope. Like if I had lost hope and didn't apply anywhere till the end of it, I would have probably not landed into the opportunity that I did. And you should never be so pessimistic about yourself that you constantly say you're not good enough, you're not great, you don't do well, look at everybody else. You start comparing with others. Like it was such an age that you tend to compare yourself with others. So that's exactly what even I did. So I would say try to not do that, because it can have a lot of negative impact on you. Because let's say you undermine yourself so much that you don't even perform well in the interview, then I wouldn't have been there when I did. Don't be pessimistic, don't lose hope, and it's okay if towards the end of this whole journey it wasn't as rosy as you would expect it. But what is important is that journey, that experience, and that lifetime full of memories that you've made. I think that is what is most important, and eventually everything else will fall into place. I feel like everything happens at the right time for a right reason, and I'm a true believer of that. So with that, I'll just end this fiasco video of like random memories and thoughts from my internship experience. But I hope you really enjoyed. If you didn't, it's okay. It's just a reservoir of memories for me anyways. But I just hope you liked it. If you did, then please do click that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you all in the next video.